So I started off in the DS sector during COVID, during the pandemic then, and I heard about the apprenticeship program through work, which was KW Habilitation, from my inclusive living manager and the HR director in 2021, as I lacked the educational requirements to pursue other opportunities in the field of work in the DS sector. I really wanted to grow professionally and personally in the DS sector, not only for myself, but for the people that I supported. So I felt that the apprenticeship program was the best opportunity for me to do this, as I could gain a meaningful part-time education with lived experience while being paid for my full-time job as well. My HR director supported me with starting the program in 2022 through Fanshawe College, in which my work, KW Habilitation, would sponsor me with the hands-on skills and the field while I completed the in-class virtual hours through Fanshawe. At that point in time, they also offered a blended format where I could attend in person classes locally. And they have since then moved to a fully online and virtual format, which is great because I can complete those classes from the comfort of my own home, which is really accessible while working full time. I was surprised by how flexible it was to my availability as I was working full time in the sector while studying throughout the program, and I was able to select classes that were offered throughout various days of the week to fit my work schedule. I was also able to design my course load based on my own capacity, such as if I wanted to take only one class, or if I wanted to take extra classes, which were three. I did end up choosing the standard, the two classes each week, because that's what I could fit within my own capacity and comfort. And this resulted me in being able to have some variation in when I would be able to complete the apprenticeship program. So I could finish it a little bit earlier if I wanted, or a little bit later if that's what I was most comfortable with. But it just made it so that it was more relaxing and easier to have a personal life around my work and school life as well. I was particularly shocked by how affordable it was for the program, as the classes were subsidized, meaning that they were available at a discounted rate, which made it really rewarding for me to be able to not throw myself out with the amount of money that I was spending on this education while trying to pay my own bills and live throughout my personal life. I found the content very rewarding, as it was completely relevant to the things that was doing in my field of work. The classes that were being taught were able to be applied directly to the work situation that I had, and then I was able to grow upon the skills that I already had to develop new ones as well. Most notably, I really was surprised about the core competencies, as that was something that I wasn't familiar with in my position. And then it enabled me to gather some more instrumental skills and knowledge for my role as a DSW to enable me to have future growth in the sector as a result. And then my sponsor, as well, it was great, was that I was able to be reimbursed for the education that I did as well, so that I was essentially able to have a nearly free education, which was absolutely amazing because that's not something that you can come by very often. So as a student and as a worker, I really appreciated that there was a great symbiotic relationship between Fanshawe with this program and my sponsor throughout work, so that it became something really meaningful to me um, for my not only my education but for my work and professionally develop those skills in the developmental services sector. So the program excelled at bridging the gap between theoretical knowledge and the hands-on practical skills, such as students being trained in being able to prioritize DIPS, which was dignity, independence, privacy, preferences, and safety of the persons that we support, to be able to enhance their quality of life. Furthermore, the curriculum provided relevant and critical historical context, such as the impact of the deinstitutionalization, which was able to equip me with the skills to be able to facilitate a smooth community transition for those that I support, to promote meaningful participation, connections, and quality of life for those adults that I was supporting. The program also emphasized a strong focus on student well-being, such as fostering deep awareness of power dynamics, trauma, compassion fatigue, and burnout, which enabled me to be able to take care of not only the well-being of the people that I supported, but also be mindful of my own well-being as a frontline staff. The program also enabled me to have a seamless transition into continued education as I was able to bridge from the apprenticeship program to the DSW diploma program, where I could just enhance upon the skills and education that I had already received to develop further skills in supporting adults with developmental disabilities throughout the lifespan, as well as working on a passion project that was relevant to the DS sector as well. Whenever I was struggling with course content, my professors were readily accessible virtually to connect with me for any clarification, and I always felt like they genuinely wanted me to succeed. The professors constantly expressed compassion for their students and the importance of our role in the DS sector, with a heavy emphasis on reflecting on our own lived experience to make our education and what we were connecting our assignments to be meaningful and relevant. This enabled me to have thoughtful implications of what I was doing real life in the DS sector, and it really enabled me to apply these learned skills meaningfully in my current role and potentially future roles in the DS sector in the future. So the benefit of taking the apprenticeship program was that I was able to successfully transition primarily from a DSW role to a DSP role, which is just developmental services professional, which is one role above the DSW throughout my sponsoring organization. But it also opened up for other opportunities within my organization and other organizations in the DS sector to be able to potentially gain a leadership role in the future. This advancement allowed me to better empower adults with developmental disabilities as well, as they set out for me supporting them with developing future goals, developing crucial life skills, and pursuing their dreams. The curriculum deeply enhanced my advocacy skills, making me more conscious of barriers, bias, and stereotypes, not just within the homes that I support in, but also in the broader community that I'm supporting them in. It encouraged me to identify and develop my own philosophy of support, which is something that previously I wasn't mindful of or aware of, which reflecting upon it, I'm really grateful for now. And it enabled me to create more connections and to support the adults that I'm supporting with not only their community, but also those within their intersectional support as well, as there are a lot of barriers with that as well. Ultimately, the program has transcended the classroom for me and the inclusive living setting, and it's equipped me with the skills to foster meaningful change and positive change for the adults that I'm supporting with developmental disabilities, to be able to challenge systemic barriers and the biases that are kind of involved with adults with developmental disabilities and their support needs, which has made me both a stronger professional through my work and school life, and also as an advocate in my personal life. I've also gained the foundation skills for the DS sector now through both the apprenticeship program and in my own personal experience, I did continue my education through the diploma, as it felt only natural to continue my education in the DS sector. But it's also encouraged me to want to further my education and potentially in other communities of practice. That way I can not only, again, become a better support for those that I'm supporting in the DS sector, but just as an individual to develop my own skills professionally and personally as a person.